what do you suggest is the best time to add blog posts? Like once a week or twice a week, every day?
Whenever you're in the mood.
Yeah.
There's really no hard and fast. I'm a big proponent of quality over quantity.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I agree with that. I would definitely say that, because so one of the things, I was in this big all-day conference yesterday, and that was one key thing that somebody said, that as far as content, that because when you do the keyword research and you come up with your blog titles, and you come up with those 10, if that's all you have and that's what you want to do for the next 6 months is just those 10, it's better than doing over the next 10 weeks and then the next 10 weeks put junk up. Just because you did it every week, you got to do it every week. One of the things they had said was that they had a client and they had paid for SEO content. It was like blog posts, weekly blog posts. And but because they just kind of put a bunch of things up and they weren't necessarily the right posts, that they ended up taking a bunch of the content down that they paid for this other place, and it made their site went up. It went through the roof as far as like SEO wise, like all their traffic and everything increased, because I think Google was seeing it as not the best content for them, so it wasn't providing it the search results. So
I want to see those reports. I've heard people make claims of removing content, increasing their SEO. I want to see some.
Yeah, and that's my term. That wasn't their term.
Yeah, but because it's a fine balance, right?
Yeah.
We sometimes just putting stuff up helps.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'd rather put something good and unique that's well thought out every couple of months than to just have something to publish every week.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically be patient.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, if you've got your 10 and that's what you're working on, just work on them and release them as they go. Don't stress about I got to do it every week. Because I used to get into that as well. So
I would love to be able to write a blog post a week, and for my clients for whom I've hired writers, they typically do that.
Yeah,
I can't sustain that.
No, right? When you're doing it yourself. No.
Yeah. So what I tend to do is every couple of months an article comes up that's a good and interesting idea that I'm like, okay, I can write about this. So like I wrote an article a few months ago on how to track your Google Discovery data. Just as Google Discovery was coming out, and I did a big analysis on showing the relationship between Google Tag Manager and Google Search Console and Google Analytics, and you could see the graphs line up. And once you understood that, you could see how Google Analytics was reporting Google Discovery data, and you could make some conjecture. I just did it because I was like, oh, this is interesting. It's one of the top performing blog posts I have because I was one of the few people who took the time to do it. I wrote one a few weeks ago that was like, why rank is stupid. And I did it to stir the pot because I was just being a little bit edgy. And it's done really well because it generates a little controversy. But most of the content, just having content on there, just no one cares. It's better to have time into something that's valuable. Because remember, there's several advantages of a blog post. One, you can get more traffic because people can find more information on your website. If you wrote it relevant to what you offer, those people could potentially become customers. But 3, you could attract links to your website by just writing good content. I found this out a long time ago when I wrote an article about the long tail in keyword research. and how the long tail pays off. And I did some research and created a couple graphs. Well, because I created a couple graphs to illustrate the concept of the long tail, people started using those in their blog posts about the long tail, and they linked to me as a source. You didn't have to ask them to link.
Mhm.
They just link because, hey, this is a really good resource of yours where I found it. So now I did link building by just taking time to write something good that no one else, I mean, a lot of people have written about long tail, but not everyone's taken the time to make a graph, make some charts to show the implications. And that is what attracted the links. And so those are hard to come by. Those ones that, I'm not saying any of these went viral, but like attracted attention, maybe is a better way of saying it. That is a lot harder, but it takes a lot more effort than just, I wrote a blog post because, well, I need to write a blog post this week.